The dark sides of living in Ireland. Ireland, a nation celebrated for its warm hospitality, lush landscapes and profound cultural history, reveals a shocking narrative beyond its picturesque facade. While its emerald charm captivates the world and draws the attention of fun lovers across the globe, shadows persist within the folds of daily life for some residents. This exploration delves into the other side of the country's peaceful and happy image, from the perennially damp weather that defines the Irish climate to the pressing challenges of housing, healthcare and homelessness, everything that showcases the negative sides of living in Ireland. Additionally, limitations in public transport add another layer to the darker facets of living in this enchanted land. Let's take a closer examination of the country's realities. Weather, a perpetual drizzle. The Irish weather, marked by its capricious nature and frequent rainfall, significantly shapes the daily lives of its residents and visitors. While the misty landscapes contribute to the country's enchanting allure and draw attention from the global community, the perpetual drizzle, most prevalent during the autumn and winter months, can become a source of discontent and concerns. Navigating daily routines under grey clouds and damp conditions becomes a norm, challenging even the most resilient spirits. The consistent rainfall, though vital for Ireland's verdant landscapes, poses challenges in form of soil erosion, potential flooding, and this can affect agricultural activities. The negative impact on outdoor events and leisure activities also underscores the nuanced relationship between the Irish people and their weather. The elusive search for home. Since Ireland experienced an economic crash in 2008, the citizens have had to contend with skyrocketing homelessness that exceeded the country's previous record peak during its trying periods of the mid-19th century, Irish famine, or the Great Hunger. The housing crisis in Ireland, notably acute in urban centres like Dublin, stands as one of the nation's most pressing challenges. Soaring rent prices and a scarcity of affordable housing have created a formidable challenge for individuals and families in pursuit of stable accommodation. The elusive quest for a home has triggered concerns about the accessibility and availability of housing, sparking discussions on urgently needed policy reforms. Contributing factors include a rapid population increase, insufficient construction to meet demand, and the after-effects of the 2008 economic downturn. This crisis impacts both residents and visitors, straining budgets, limiting housing choices, and fostering uncertainty. The average housing cost in Ireland, higher than many European countries, further intensifies the complexity of the issue, underscoring the need for comprehensive and sustainable solutions before the issue spirals out of control and becomes a national emergency. According to a recent report, 90% of earners in the country can't afford average rent. The dire situation ranked the country in the 6th position among the top 10 most expensive capital cities in 2021. The commuting struggle. Public transport woe is another challenge that highlights the dark side of living in Ireland. Public transport in the country, particularly in towns and rural areas, faces consistent criticism due to perceived inadequacies. The system grapples with limited connectivity, infrequent services, and a prevalent reliance on private transportation, presenting challenges for individuals without access to cars. This commuting struggle is exacerbated in less urbanized regions, underscoring the urgent need for comprehensive improvements in the public transport infrastructure. Factors contributing to these challenges include historical underinvestment, the dispersed nature of rural communities, and a car-centric culture. The recent migration of more people to rural areas as a housing crisis hits harder puts more pressure on public transport networks, further deepening the transportation crisis. The lack of integrated planning and investment has led to a fragmented transport network, hindering accessibility and convenience for residents. Addressing these underlying issues is crucial for fostering a more efficient and inclusive public transport system throughout Ireland. The struggle for shelter. Running parallel to the housing crisis is the deeply entrenched issue of homelessness in Ireland. A growing number of individuals find themselves without shelter, navigating the harsh realities of life on the streets. Statistics show that about 13,000 people across all age groups opted for the emergency accommodation provision in the country in September 2023 to mitigate the unwelcome effect of homelessness on their families. This escalating homeless crisis has gained increased attention, serving as a poignant reminder of the urgent need for holistic solutions. Factors contributing to homelessness include the unabated housing shortage and economic disparities that make housing affordability a mirage for some residents. Homelessness has a huge negative influence on the victims. Besides affecting their mental and physical well-being, it perpetuates the cycles of poverty and strains societal resources. Without the government addressing the root causes and implementing support systems while advocating for a comprehensive approach to alleviate the plight of the homeless, Irish people and tourists will continue to contend with the worrisome homelessness crisis in the country. Off-centre in Europe. Ireland's geographic location, while picturesque and attractive, presents challenges for avid travel enthusiasts. Positioned on the western fringes of the continent, the journey to continental destinations necessitates longer travel times and incurs higher expenses. The relative remoteness can act as a deterrent for those seeking the seamless exploration of neighbouring countries without burning a hole in their pockets. Challenges arising from Ireland's location include extended flight durations, limited direct routes, and heightened travel costs that may discourage intending visitors to this beautiful country while serving as a deterrent for residents who are considering vacationing outside the country. Consistent with that, these challenges have negatively impacted the country's tourism sector, no thanks to less frequent travel, increased planning efforts, and a reconsideration of travel priorities. The impact lies in the trade-offs between embracing Ireland's scenic beauty and the convenience offered by more centrally located European destinations, prompting individuals to weigh their travel preferences against the logistical constraints imposed by Ireland's geographical position. A quiet landscape. In contrast to the vibrant cultural scenes of urban centres and their attractive landscapes, certain parts of Ireland are labelled as dull by residents and visitors alike. The perceived lack of diverse entertainment options, particularly in rural areas, leaves individuals seeking a more dynamic and exciting lifestyle to boost their morale and sense of fulfillment. The tranquility of the landscapes, though charming, may not satisfy those accustomed to the hustle and bustle of cosmopolitan environments and its overall appeal. The label of boring often stems from limited options of nightlife, cultural events and recreational activities which are crucial to their day-to-day activities. As a peaceful nation, Ireland is devoid of unnecessary dramas, school rampages and other events spicing most countries. Lacking these fun sides of life, guns tucked away in lockers and the need for teachers to handle weapons, Ireland is, well, a peaceful country. The police force isn't military trained, opting for a community-focused approach, another reason why it's considered an uneventful country. The absence of bustling nightlife, internationally acclaimed events and a broader spectrum of recreational opportunities impacts the overall satisfaction of residents and visitors. This influences lifestyle choices and perceptions of Ireland as a destination for those seeking more diverse and dynamic experiences and generally an attractive but boring country. Time-consuming appointments. Within Ireland's healthcare system, securing appointments for specialised services can be time-consuming and challenging. Prolonged waiting times for medical appointments are a worrisome development and a global concern that contributes significantly to widespread frustrations for those in need of timely care. The high demand for specific services and insufficient manpower to handle them further complicates the healthcare challenges most Irish regularly contend with. The issue of accessibility extends beyond healthcare, affecting the ability to access professionals in various fields, including law and other specialised areas. Limited access to these essential services can result in delayed or inadequate care, impacting the well-being and rights of both residents and visitors. The negative consequences include compromised health outcomes, increased stress levels and potential impediments to effective legal or professional support, highlighting the imperative for systemic enhancements to ensure prompt and equitable access to vital services. The challenge of building friendships. The challenge of building stable friendships and relationships is another dark side of living in Ireland. The process of integrating into Irish social circles and forming lasting friendships can be challenging for newcomers, another disturbing dark side of living in Ireland. Despite the inherent warmth of the Irish people, cultural nuances and tight-knit communities may create barriers for those attempting to establish connections. Additional factors contributing to this challenge include regional differences, varying social norms, and the prevalence of established friend groups. Prospective visitors or residents may experience feelings of isolation or frustration, impacting their overall experience in Ireland. The time-intensive nature of building meaningful relationships underscores the importance of cultural sensitivity and the cultivation of an inclusive environment to facilitate smoother integration for those seeking to connect with the vibrant fabric of Irish society. Which of these negative sides of living in Ireland bothers you most? We'd like to find out in the comment section. Please, let's continue this conversation there from various angles. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.